Hey everybody, it's Brooke with the Buttered Home and welcome to my messy kitchen. Today we have a Buttered Home family favorite for you. Today we are going to show you how to make one pan Conecuh sausage pasta. Ooh, y'all, my kids, they fight over this. And this is our feature this month is made in Alabama. So we're really proud of Conecuh Sausage. I'm not a paid sponsor for them, but we do enjoy their smoked sausage and all their products here in our household. They have lots of things to offer, and I will link their site in this video after we get done. But what I have done is I've taken a 1 pound package of smoked Conecuh sausage, and I have just sliced them up into these little medallions. And I have just put them in a skillet over medium to low heat, and we just want to just crisp them up. Now this is already cooked. It's fully smoked, fully cooked, just fine like it is. But we want to render some of that fat off of the sausage because fat equals flavor. And we want to crisp them up just a little bit because we want them to have just a small crunchy texture whenever we add them with all of these other wonderful ingredients to have different textures in our dish. So I've browned these well enough for me. So I'm just going to take them up and let them drain on a paper towel while we put everything else together. Now let's talk a minute about one pot meals. On a busy weeknight, skillet meals, sheet pan meals, anything that you can do to kind of expedite getting supper on the table is a good idea, right? So this fits that bill. It's fantastic, it's easy. There's very little cooking involved. We have taken, and you can do this anytime, but we have taken 2 cups of rotini pasta and we've cooked it just till al dente, and then we have drained it off. So we've set it to the side. That's going to be the last thing that goes in whenever we get done. So to our same skillet with that sausage grease in there, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of butter. And we're just going to let that melt and mix with that fat that we rendered from the sausage. Now, anytime you see me with this and butter and a skillet, I'm about to make something really, really good. And that is a white roux. And it's very easy to make. It's often intimidating. Over at thebutteredhome.com, you can find all the ins and outs of how to make any level of roux that you need for whatever you're making. So really all it is fat and flour. So we have that fat that we rendered from the sausage, and then we added a little butter in there for extra fat because this smoked sausage doesn't cook off a whole lot. And to that we're going to add 1 to 2 tablespoons of plain flour. So what I like to do, because cooking is more about feeling and smell, right? So I like to put in a tablespoon of my flour first and just see what that gets me. And I'm going to need a little bit more. So I'm going to put that other tablespoon in because I almost like my flour and fat to come together in almost a paste. If I'm making a soup, then I make a really thick roux base here. So we're just going to let that cook, moving it constantly for just about a minute or 2 because we just want to cook off that flour taste. The flour component, it just won't be good unless you just cook that off. It'll taste like flour, and that's not the point. Flour is a thickening agent, and that's it. So we've cooked it well enough, and one of the ways I can tell is I now smell the grease from the sausage and the butter. I no longer smell flour. To that, we're going to slowly drizzle in 1.5 cups of half and half. This is going to be the basis of a really good sauce. Now this is a cream-based roux. You can also make a roux out of broth, and it changes it just a little bit. I find that whenever I make a sauce, like for a pasta dish or something, I like to use the half and half or heavy cream to do this because we like a creamy sauce. Now this is going to be a tomato-based sauce, but it's going to be a creamy tomato-based sauce. Now you can use broth if you don't have half and half or heavy cream on hand. That's more than fine. I would just choose a broth that accentuates the flavor of what you're doing. So for instance, if you're using chicken sausage to do this, then a chicken broth would work just fine. Now, another reason I like to use half and half or heavy cream is it's a little more fat, so it tends to thicken just a little bit faster. And I can tell you right now, just from feeling my whisk kind of move around in here, we are right where I want it to be. And it's bubbling really good, and I apologize again for no overhead shots. Mr. Danny, or Big D as I affectionately call him, is a busy man these days. So we don't need a ton of salt because of the smoked sausage. So I'm just gonna add probably about 1/2 teaspoon, and then about 1/4 teaspoon of pepper directly in. And then just to add just a little bit of spice, because I'm not using spicy sausage, I'm gonna add in just a pinch of red pepper flake. And then we're going to mix that in directly to our roux. And then I have a can of drained diced tomatoes. I like using these fire roasted just because they have a little smoky flavor to them, and they have a nice color on them as well. So we're gonna put that whole can of tomatoes in and just give those a stir. And this is gonna be kind of a pink sauce. It's really, really pretty. And one other thing that I like to do is I like to get the garden rotini pasta because it's colorful and it's beautiful. We eat with our eyes first, so adding more color to your food really changes things. I mean, it's just a really nice thing to do. So now we have 1/2 cup, 1 cup total, but 1/2 cup of shredded cheddar cheese and 1/2 cup of mozzarella. And we're gonna put that in, and I've lowered my heat to low because we don't want our cheese to burn. We just want it to kind of just melt and kind of combine with everything we have in here. Then we're going to add our sausage back in. See how simple this is? It's just a beautiful, simple thing, and it's just delicious and flavorful. And at this point, I'm going to turn my heat off. Everything is fully cooked, and it's just about combining it all now. So now we're going to take that cooked, drained pasta, if I can get it unstuck from my pot. I try to do things ahead of time, and when I do, things kind of backfire on me. And then we're just gonna fold that into that beautiful tomato and cheese sauce. Woo! Y'all, well, this doesn't need a thing except eating. And you might hear my dogs. They're kind of wandering around here in the kitchen. There he goes. There goes Jasper. He thinks he sees something, and it's nothing. So you get the full effect of what it's like in my house. So now to serve this, it's perfect as is, but I like to just take things up just a little bit more and then just give it a nice little shake with some Parmesan cheese. Well, at least you know that I'm in my real kitchen and that real life happens, right? So let me get a plate and I'll serve it up and show you how glorious it is. And little Millie, she's in the other room barking. She's a little bit of a coward. Here, buddy, let's go outside. There you go. All right, we got rid of one barking man. Now if I can just get Millie to stop. So this is perfect. This is all you need. You just serve it up just like this. And y'all, this also makes a really great food gift because you can cook it, you can allow it to come to room temperature, and then you can seal it up really tight and freeze it. So it's a great freezer meal as well. Millie, stop. I can't do everything. So we have the pasta, we have that beautiful diced tomatoes in there, and y'all, it is just, it's glorious. And would you look at that cheese? Oh, this is my friend Rayanne's favorite thing that I make ever. So if she can smell this at her house from here, then she'll probably be on her way. But this is the perfect, easy weeknight meal. It's fantastic, and you can have it in a flash, just as fast as I did. All right, I'm gonna pause the video and get some help with the dogs. Nothing like being interrupted by a bunch of dogs, right? Gosh, I'm so embarrassed. I'm too far gone now to stop, and I certainly can't start over because we don't need 2 big batches of this. So in this busy season, it is oftentimes hard to get supper on the table whenever you've got to get the kids here, you've got to do this at work, you've got to go finish your Christmas shopping, all of the things. So you don't have to skimp on family time at supper. You don't have to skimp on flavor. And this gets you in and out of the kitchen in a flash so that you can enjoy time at the table with your family. So we're very proud of this recipe as well as all of our others, and it can be found at our website at thebutteredhome.com. Also, if you're not already, make sure that you're joining us on all of our social media channels. We show up from time to time live on those and would love to have you there. And if you're not already, make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so that you can be notified when we drop new videos like this one. Y'all, I apologize. This has been a mess today, but if we can't laugh at ourselves, what do we have? So I hope that I can show you at least that you can get a really nice meal done amid tons of distractions and dogs and chaos that might be going on in your house too. So from the buttered home to your home, we love you guys. Bye.